Hey everybody, this is Roy, and we're doing a little bit of the Kerbal space program. And I was actually just playing around with Bill here and looking at how much detail they actually put into the game, and I found a couple of cool things. One of them is he has slates, and you could excuse my voice. You can turn those on by hitting L, which is pretty cool. Another thing you can do is you can activate his rocket pack. As you can see, he's wearing a rocket pack, and I'm assuming this works a lot better in low gravity areas. Let's see if we can survive our drop here. Yeah, we survived pretty well. He also clips into the ground a little bit, but that's not too bad. But another cool thing, a little bit of detail, is that he can actually climb on the ladder. And the last thing that I saw is that he can run if you hold down shift, which is pretty cool. And he runs really slow, so I'm not going to walk around this whole place, but just a couple of cool things. So how about we end our flight? We go back to the vehicle assembly. Alright, so as you can see, I've made one modification on our ship here. I added an actual decoupler. So the problem I was having is that I don't read. As you can see here, it clearly states, just remember that this is not a decoupler and won't separate stages. So I had to add an actual decoupler, and then we put our tricoupler. Like I said, couples, it doesn't decouple. And I was thinking that, okay, I'm pretty sure this will get into space. We did pretty good last time, but it felt to me like it was taking a really long time. So I think we need to add a little bit of speed, maybe. And there's only one real way to do that, is to add more engines. And I could add more decouplers and have multiple stages and whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna add another fuel line right here, or fuel tank. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter than the last one. Am I getting it on here, or am I getting it on here? So I really don't want to do that. I think I'm currently attaching that to here. Let's do this. Oop, no, don't do that. Let's put that there. We'll put this here, and then we'll take it off, and then we'll put both of those right there. Is that lined up? Not at all. Oop. You can actually do Control Z to undo, so that helps out. Alright, I'll put it right there. And we'll add a couple of more engines if we can. There we go. Alright. So we should probably hold stuff down, but let's just try it out like this and see what happens. We'll put that there. I think it's gonna be a little bit wobbly, but it's alright. Let's try it out. Make sure our throttle is all the way up. Turn on sass, because it's a sassy ship, and let's go. And whoa, you can see we're going quite a bit faster. And now that I think about it, I probably should have put some decouplers on those, just because we're gonna run out of fuel before anything else. It's alright, hopefully we'll be high enough where it won't matter. And I'm trying to keep our compass here steady. Oh. It's a little bit harder to control. Let's try to slow down our rotation. Not too bad. As you can see, we're almost out of fuel on those outer engines. Actually burnt up through it pretty fast. Well, okay, our inner engines ran out of fuel. I think there might have been something going on where those engines were leaching up the other fuel. It's alright. We're hitting the atmosphere now. It's spinning like crazy. It's alright though. Let's see if I can counteract it. And then I can let go of our buddy here. And so we hit orbit. So let's try to go to our 90-degree. So it can be aligned up with the equator. It's a little bit harder to control when you're really small. Alright. And actually, let's take a look at our map here. As you can see, we're going to be traveling up this whole way, and actually probably overshot it, so we don't need to be wasting fuel right now. So we're gonna wait until we hit this part right here, so that hopefully we can use our momentum to push us forward, so maybe we can start in orbit around the Earth or the Kerbal. So let's fast forward a little bit. Whoa, not that much. And we're just about there now. So then I'm gonna turn out full throttle. We're in 91 degrees. Let's see if I can adjust it to 90. Close enough. We'll take a look at our arc here. As you can see, it's expanding, which is good. We just passed our apoapsis. I don't know how to say that. Top of the curve. And since we're moving forward, we're actually moving straight this way. Our arc is expanding, and hopefully soon it'll go around the Earth instead of going through it, which means that would be our crash site. Let's see how we're doing over here. 93. I think there's a way to make this a little bit less sensitive. Caps locks maybe? Yeah, there we go. If you turn on caps locks, it's a little bit easier to control. Let's zoom out. We're getting close. I'm not sure how our fuel is doing, but as soon as we clear Earth, there, I'll turn off our engines. And now, how much fuel do we have? Alright, we have a little bit of fuel left, but we're in a good orbit around Kerbal. That wasn't too bad. So I think to actually get to the moon we'll need quite a bit more fuel. This is obviously not enough to do us any good, but it's nice to have a satellite up here. That way we can... There's our moon, whatever. And if we want to look at what our orbit is like, we can fast forward a little bit. You can see we're flying pretty close to the Earth. And sadly, since we're coming into the atmosphere, we can't really fast forward through this part right here. But we're moving pretty damn fast. 2,700 meters per second. And then once we rubber band out, we'll actually create a wormhole, go back in time, and I'm just playing Star Trek. Periapsis. And man, why can't I? Apoapsis. Apoapsis. Who knows? Who cares? I don't care. So we can enjoy the view a little bit. If I want, I could eject veil and we could fly around maybe, or fall to our deaths. He does have a parachute on here, so if he does feel like he needs to go back down, he can do a retro burn, slow himself down, and go down to Earth. So I think this was pretty successful. We got in orbit. This looks pretty awesome actually, flying super low. You can see miles around. You see he's getting lower and lower, but again, since we haven't applied any thrust or anything that'll change our trajectory, it's actually going to be okay. Right? Can't fast forward? No. I think you used to be able to go 2 times within the atmosphere, but I could be wrong. Those are the earlier versions. Let's trying out different views here. It's actually traveling backwards. It's kind of cool. Alright, so let's end our flight. We'll go back to the vehicle assembly building. We know this is kind of working. How about we do switch it up and we add a couple more stages on here. So maybe this right here can be enough to take us to Mun. So let's zoom out a little bit. We have 3 for 3. What's this? No idea. Actually, you know what we can do? Let's say this is our main spaceship right here. This is for landing and never returning. Let's add something a little bit more interesting, which would be, where are we? This guy's. Hold on. Let's turn on our symmetry. We'll try to be as symmetrical as we can. Alright, so we have 3 of these. We're gonna add some of these guys, which are huge tanks of fuel. And I have no idea what it's doing. Come on, put yourself in there. Let's try right here. Why does it want to go sideways? There we go. Perfect, perfect. Alright, so we're using 3, so we're gonna use 3 of these. It was there. Come on. Okay, I'm putting it too high up, that's why. Let's move our little spaceship up. And I think these are the engines right here. They get 1,200 thrust compared to 215. So that might be this might be more than enough, but it's alright. We'll definitely, just because everything's so far apart, we'll definitely want to add some struts, which are right here. Make sure everything connects to itself. Try to keep it as straight as we can. Okay. And I'm a little bit scared to try this. I have a feeling it's gonna blow up in our face, but let's definitely put our stability enhancers. I'm glad we don't have to pay money for this. That might be a feature in the game later on. Or maybe there's a story mode. Maybe you start up as a garbage man that wants to start his own space program, and you have to buy all your equipment. That'd be interesting. Alright, let's hit launch and see what we accomplish with these giant boosters. Shiva, don't be bad. If you hear that little bell, that's my cat Shiva running around. And alright, let's clear the launch pad and give it a second to load. Okay, looks like we're good. We're pretty high off the ground. I feel like it looks a little bit weird, like we need to have something to, I don't know, make this a little bit more aerodynamic. We might end up going all out of whack and flipping around, and well, let's do it. And not enough to thrust. There we go. Forgot to turn on SAS, so let's do that. We're actually going up pretty straight. It's starting to overheat a little bit, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good thing, but I think we're okay. Our heat is stabilizing. So our speed isn't all that great right now, so I think I might have put too much fuel or not enough boosters or engines. But I'm digging it. It's moving it's pretty stable. It's not too bad. We're rattling a little bit on the inside, but not too bad. We're speeding up a little bit as we get higher. Our homie Bill is freaking out a bit. It's the most powerful rocket I've ever built. We're wobbling a lot on the inside every time we move or we sway from left to right. It's messing a little bit with our compass here. I wish we could like hit turbo or something to make this hit that red line. That'd be awesome. Our G-force is going up. Oh man, now we're flying. We must have just gotten through the atmosphere, I guess, since there's not enough air. That was perfect, actually. So let's do the same thing we did last time. We'll try to get to 90 degrees. Is that what we did last time? Actually, hold off. Let's see what our trajectory is. Alright, we want to get a little bit closer to our apoaxis. Ow, I want to say axis so bad. To the top of our curve. Oh, we want to even out as well. No, 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 what are you doing? Well, let's turn. Okay, stop. Let's go this way. We have a bit of time since we still have a lot to travel. I'm gonna go up. All right. Want to be at 90 degrees. Oop. All right. We kind of want to be closer to that line. Right there. All right. Steady. You crazy heavy thing. I wonder if we can turn on our RXS now. I might need a module to actually make that work. Okay, I think we're pretty close. Let's turn that off. I don't know if that's working or not. Let's look at our line here. Let's speed it up a little bit. As soon as we start traveling forward, we want to use that momentum or keep up that momentum. A little bit faster, like right there should be good. So now we can actually, we're still pointing the right direction. We can speed up. I think I have to go back down to ×1 speed. You can see our arc is expanding now. We have a lot more fuel than last time, and we don't waste as much fuel when we're doing this part of the game. Since we don't have to fight gravity, we're kind of using our momentum. Oh, alright, I should have been looking at my compass here. We're like going all out of whack. And that's not good because we might die pretty soon. Right there. What are you doing? Let's see if I can keep it controlled. Alright, and we're actually not gonna stop to orbit Kerbal. We're gonna keep going as much as we can, and we're gonna try to get as close to the Mun's orbit as we can. If we can. It sounds like things are blowing up over there. Look at that. Look at the G-force. Poof. I have no idea why that's going on, but we'll take a look in a minute. Alright, as soon as we get close, we're gonna stop. Alright. Okay, we're still kind of flipping around a little bit too much. This isn't so important right now, but kind of want to stabilize myself. For a trip to Mun. I have no idea if there's a button to do that for me. Alright. So anyways, let us go back to our map here. This is going to take a long time to actually get over here. As you can see, 7 hours, 15 minutes, and who knows how long. So we definitely want to speed up our time here. And we're probably going to be all out of whack, but it's alright, we'll have time to fix that. And it doesn't seem like we're going to get trapped on Month's orbit this time, so we might have to flip around a couple of times. It still doesn't look like we're doing too much here, so let's see if we can work our magic a little bit. Oh man, it's so hard to control. Our goal for this time around is to just maybe start an orbit around Mun and see if we can maybe crash land. That's probably what's gonna end up happening. We're going to crash land. It's all good. Whatever. Alright, so let me try burning our engines a little bit. Alright, that's too much. That's good right there. Then we'll orbit one more time. How close are we? We're pretty close. Maybe around this time around. Alright. Since nothing... Oh man, I don't even know how to navigate this, guys. Alright, 90 degrees was kind of pushing us this way. So... if I fly... I need kind of like a point of asker. Let's just fly towards it. We'll see what happens. So there's yellow lines on the... And this might have been what I had to follow, but I think this is where the Mun currently is. And it might be that if I head towards this, I'll end up with an orbit, or my orbit will collide with that, with the Mun's. So let's try burning some fuel here, and then we'll see what happens. I'll probably end up breaking orbit and heading like out in space somewhere or something. But live and learn, right? I'll run into Doctor Who or something. He can bring me back. And I'm hitting something. Okay, if I continue this way, I'm going to end up orbiting the sun, I think. So we don't want to do that. So before we do that, let's go the opposite direction a little bit. So the opposite direction would be the same color with an X around it, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. God, it's so hard to maneuver this guy. You can see how I'm turning right now. I'm like, I should have put some ACS modules over here. That might have worked. All right, let's just see what happens. So we're coming back. I'm getting a little bit out of shape here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is slow myself down around this area. Again, this is like super hard to maneuver. Okay, I'm gonna wait a minute. Okay, start slowing down right here. Okay. We'll speed ourselves up a little bit. I must be traveling super slow. Then once we reach here, I'm going to throw our thrusters on to slow us down. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but let's travel up a little bit more. Slows down some more. Well, I guess I'm speeding up the other way. So we'll try to match our orbit around the moons, the moons. Alright, so here we go. This is what we want. So now as you can see, let me change our target here. Well, anyways, this part, this is where the moon's gonna be when we reach this part in our orbit, and then we're gonna start getting pulled into the moon. So then what we want to do is slow down and let the moon's gravity trap us. So we're going to speed up. Well, no, don't go any further. We're gonna speed up. We're traveling so slow. Oh man. Alright, let's hope for another encounter. We should meet up with the moon again. Poor guy, man. He's been traveling here for like 3 years. You can see there are other guys like orbiting over here nice and smoothly. Alright. We can still do this. Let's go a little bit faster. And okay. So now what we want to do is get a little bit closer to the moon, to the satellite. So now we're actually trying to fly towards it. And once we do that, I wish I knew what direction I was going. There has to be a way, right? Once we do that, I want to slow down. Is this the direction I'm facing, or? I can do it visually, I don't know. Alright, where's the moon? I should be able to see it. Alright, there's that. The moon should be there. Okay. So we are currently flying this way in between the Earth. We're gonna be coming that way. So we're going that way. So what I want to do is turn myself around this way. Slow down, slow down. Right here. Right. Okay, too much. God, this is so hard to... I could detach myself from all this, but that would limit a lot my fuel, and we need quite a bit of fuel to slow ourselves down. Oh my god. This is so hard to navigate. Turn off SAS, turn off RCS. So now we know next time, get an ACS thrusters attached on here, just in case, because you never know. Okay, slow down. Now let's stay like around here. Oh man, guys, I don't know. Looks like I'm gonna get slingshotted out into space or something. Well, in those cases, you know what you do? You just ramming speed. No. How's our ship looking? Alright, let's just get out of there. That whole thing was a mess. Well, it's definitely gonna hurt us. But what can we do? Alright. So where's the Earth? Or Kerbal. Well, let's just start flying towards this. I'm seeing any change? Not really. Whoa, that was a bad mistake. And there we go. Alright, so sorry guys. That's horrible. Now as you can see, we're in orbit here with in the sun. I don't know if there's anything we can do, but it's our solar system right there. And sorry, Bill. I think you're just gonna have to live in space and find yourself a little pink person to marry. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Sorry for the disappointment. I gotta watch myself when I'm playing around with this guy. And I think I'll work on my technique a little bit before the next video, and hopefully next video we can orbit Mun. Thanks for watching.